Good afternoon. My name is Niko House, host of the political radio show Mikasa Sukasa. And we have some crazy news, but first I would like to say follow our $1 campaign where we show the mainstream media that we are no longer going to put up with their nonsense anymore. And that we're going to continue to support those who will support the truth, considering that the mainstream media will not. Going forward. So, Peter Smith, as you all know, has passed away. Passed away in a hotel across the street from a clinic, and many have believed that this was a suicide. In fact, the Chicago Tribune tried to chalk this up to a suicide. When it was first reported, there was no cause of death. However, Ortel, who was Smith's colleague, actually said that this is more than likely not a suicide. He said when the last time that he talked to him, he was in good spirits. He was excited to go forward. He had found information on Clinton. He was looking to dig deeper. That this investigation was nowhere near over, and nowhere near stopping. In fact, he said that he was not an ally of Clinton, the way the Chicago Tribune tried to paint him out to be. They said that he was looking for information to try and get Trump on the Russia theory. And that's not, in fact, the case at all. In fact, this man had been investigating the Clinton Foundation for longer than I have been alive, or at least the Clintons in general, and then the Clinton Foundation subsequently. This man, Peter Smith, was supposedly was scared. You know, he went to a clinic. He was sick, but it didn't. He was excited about a new he was excited about what he was doing, and he thought he had a breakthrough, and that he was going to find a breakthrough. Ortel was he kept repeating, and I'll post a Daily Caller article below. He said, "This does not look like a suicide. I don't believe it's a suicide." He was just way too excited, and I think that this is not. He said this story is not settled. Is essentially saying this is not a suicide. We should not accept it as a suicide. For those of you who do not know, he died, and he apparently wrote a letter saying there was absolutely no foul play in this matter. Very organized on right beside him before he killed himself. He died via helium. He asphyxiated himself with helium, which is really weird. I'm not sure why he decided to get a hotel across the street to do that, across the street from the clinic to do that. Now, the circumstances surrounding this case are already crazy, because once he died, it was posted in his obituary that there was no cause of death. Then it took months to finally find out how he died, and they said it was a suicide. Now, any forensics analyst could see helium tanks sitting beside someone, right? Think so. But yet it was reported that the causes of his death were mysterious. And the Chicago Tribune even tried to say that he was, he was trying to investigate Russiagate. That wasn't the case. He was investigating her email situation and digging and digging and digging. And it looked like he might have found something he wasn't supposed to find, or he was about to come up with some information that he did not need to come up with. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, this goes back to the same scenario. We don't know if the Clintons did it. No, we don't. We don't know if they were connected to it directly or indirectly. But we do know that we don't know. We do know that it's not being investigated. We do know that they're trying not to discuss it. We do know that the mainstream media is avoiding it. We do know that the circumstances surrounding his death are mysterious. We do know that it was misreported, ridiculously misreported, that the facts were not presented, that there are way too many questions being asked and nobody even attempting to answer them. And that alone should be reason enough for all of us to take a step back and say, well, are we ever going to be able to definitively say, hey, we know they didn't do it, or we know they did do it? I'm tired of us having to do all the leg lifting and the heavy work. Not saying that I don't enjoy my job, but what I am saying is I'm tired of them working against us attempting to do this job, when the media should be working together to figure out why are people dropping like flies. If you've ever read the mathematics on the likelihood of this many people being connected to a group being killed, I would encourage you to look at the link below by Richard Charnin. discussing this and breaking this down about how improbable these deaths are. And they are indeed improbable. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would greatly appreciate it if you would share this video and just expose how ridiculous this is that we are not investigating this and talking about this further. If someone who literally just spoke to this man the night before saying, this wasn't a suicide, this does not look like a suicide, there's no inclination of a suicide, we should be looking further. That casts reasonable doubt. Now, thank you all so much for watching. And always remember, find your balance. Peace.